Hello, my name is Tony Santana. I am a professional engineer from Phoenix, Arizona. I actually am the Northwest Extension Phase 2 project manager that's going to go from 19th Avenue and Dunlap over the I-17 freeway to where Metro Center used to be and Castles and Coasters is currently at. So it's a really cool project to be a part of a team that gets to build a bridge over an existing interstate where cars are traveling daily and in the thousands in capacity. So to work on projects like that is just one reason why I wanted to get into engineering and work on projects such as the Northwest Extension Phase 2. You're also familiar with some of our projects that's happening in Central down to Baseline, where an area where I'm a lot more familiar with. I actually grew up right by the I-17 in Jefferson and lived there for 18 plus years until I started to go to college. So I lived here my entire life, so this South Central project, the South Central Extension, is something that's proud to me and really it hits home to me a lot. So working on these light rail projects is great, and seeing the light rail go to Central all the way down to Baseline is just really exciting to see, and I'm glad I could be a part of it through engineering. All my life working or living in Phoenix, I've always been interested in multiple things that have to do with teams. I've been in sports my entire life, but the one thing that I always was good at was math. I went to a school in the inner city that really we didn't have the tools, and I didn't understand what STEM was with the science, technology, engineering, and math, and I didn't have the mentors that I wanted to growing up in that environment, and I didn't get that until high school. But fortunately for you, like programs like this and hopefully from voices from people like myself, you guys get an opportunity to understand what STEM is and understand what engineering is, and maybe how you can give back to the communities you grew up. So for me, I grew up in Phoenix, like I said, and really I learned the fundamentals of team. So going through high school, and trying to use my math skills, I really found a mentor at the end of my high school career that told me that I should look into engineering. And through the support of my parents, my dad was a warehouse worker, my mom was an admin at an inner city school, Murphy Elementary. They really didn't know, they just wanted me to go to college. They wanted to support me in anything I did. So we used that, and we found out what engineering was, and I found out that that's a passion of mine that I really can use problem solving. It's a lot of teamwork, and you really get to use the analytical part of your brain to make things work, make things happen and come together, like big projects like the project I'm on in light rail up in North Phoenix. So I used those tools of teamwork my entire life. I used the math that I had, and then I used the drive that I know I wanted to give back to the community. So I used all that, and that's the reason why I got into engineering. And I'm really, to this day, I'm really glad that I chose the path of engineering. So I went to engineering school at Arizona State University. I graduated with a civil engineering degree. And I was able to get something called your professional engineering license. So what they joke about when you're in engineering school is you really can't say you're an engineer until you get your professional engineering license. And that's probably the hardest part of becoming an engineer. It's 2 8-hour exams that you have to do. You sit in a room. Well, I don't know, during these times it's a little tough, but you're gonna take 2 tests, and once you get those tests done, you become an engineer and you start working on cool projects and with cool colleagues that want the same goals to give back to the community. So civil engineering to me is everything you see in the civilized world. So you're building sidewalks, bike lanes, and airports and bridges and light rail. So there's a lot of things that you get to do, and you affect the community. And I think I've joked with some of my friends in the past is I wanted to give back to the community when I was younger, and I thought I was going to be an NBA basketball player. Unfortunately, this camera doesn't do me justice, but I'm not 6'8", and I just couldn't make the NBA and give back that way. But through engineering, I found a way to give back, and working on these projects and getting to be a mentor to students like yourself. It's really a passion of mine, and I'm glad to be a part of this. This is a great program. Coming from where I am, I wish I had this opportunity, and I think programs like this, especially as we hopefully get out of this pandemic together, we get to do more in-person trainings and get you students to understand what engineering is and how it can be beneficial to you as long as you understand the importance of STEM and teamwork. So as part of these programs like this, where you're continuing to learn, the one thing I've done in my career, even though I became an engineer, I always wanted just to continue to grow, continue to learn. So as I was working on these projects and working at Valley Metro, I was able to just recently get my MBA, my master's degree in business administration, to become a better project manager and just to continue to learn. I love learning, I love growth, and I love inspiring others to grow, is why I'm a part of this program, and I like to see programs like this. So take it upon yourself to join programs, join as many things as you can in sports, in mentoring programs, etc., because it's gonna make you better, it's gonna make you stronger, it's gonna make your attributes that you have growing up as a kid to fine-tune those and become the success stories that we know you're all gonna be in the future that you guys are gonna be. And your future is my future, so you need to continue what I'm doing, and I want to see the success from you guys. So you guys got to get out there, join programs, continue to join programs like this, and let's make sure that you guys are the strongest engineers or nurses or doctors or whatever you want to be, or maybe if you're 6'8" plus, you can be in the NBA, or even the short ones. If you look at Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray, the smallest quarterback out there, but the best one, I believe. So you just, whatever you want to be, dream big, but make sure you get involved, join a lot of programs, and make sure that you take everything serious, but also enjoy it at the same time. When I'm working on projects like this, when I'm in school, I make sure I do things that I'm passionate about, and it really makes me happy to show up to work. It shows up to school, and that really shows in success in life. So just make sure you're happy, enjoy everything you can, but also enjoy this program even more. So thank you for your time.